You want to change, and yet you should accept who you are. Bit of a let's see what I'm on about. Hello, yes, Friday, Cheeky Bear. So what am I talking about? Well, it comes down to this. There's, in the kind of personal development sphere, arena, however you want to call it, it's always the speak of, you kind of improve, become the best you, sort of grow as a person, whether that's learning things about yourself or the mind, the world, whether it's spirituality, whatever it may be. That's kind of this essence of growth, of change, and that kind of thing. So that's a good thing. However, there's also the side that's about acceptance of who you are and realizing that you are enough and you are unique to the world and everything about you is good and you are such a gift to the world and the value and the energy that you bring. So therefore, how do these two fit together? It's kind of quite almost like two different sides of the coin kind of thing. And so I've been thinking about this, and there's a few quotes. One of the quotes is by Carl Jung. If you don't know Carl Jung, huge in the psychoanalyst arena, genre, whatever, niche or niche, as my American cousins would say. But the quote is, "We cannot change anything unless we accept it." Now this is interesting because this kind of joins the two together. So what does it mean? What are we trying to get to here? Well, I guess it kind of ties in, and it could be various interpretations of this, but this is my interpretation, this is my understanding of Carl Jung's quote and how these two sides are kind of actually ultimately joined and aiming for the same goal. I mean, one thing more beer. If you try not to think about something, or someone says don't think about something, that's all you can think of. So the more you say try not to do something, or the more you focus on not doing something, the fact that you're focusing means you're having more of it. So if you're focusing on not thinking about a white elephant, that's all you can think about now, because you're not focusing on the not thinking, you're focusing on the thing you're not thinking about, if that makes any sense. So therefore, that's all you think about. And this is also relevant to the law of attraction, because the idea being, if you're constantly thinking about wanting more, wanting a better car, better relationship, more money, whatever it may be, the fact that you're concentrating on wanting more, it ultimately says you don't have it, you don't have the thing, which is therefore lack. So you're focusing on lack, and when you focus on lack, you're not going to get things manifested into your life. The idea is that you focus on you focus on abundance, and so that you've got enough of it, so therefore you're not sort of desperate for it, and that's the basic principle. So the same kind of applies to this. So if you're wanting to change something, now whatever that is, the more you focus and think about the things you want to change, the less likely you are to change, because all you're focusing about is the sort of for want of a better way of putting it, the negative stuff. So if you want to change your job, if you just focused on, I want to change my job, I don't like my job, I want to change it, why do I want to change it? Because I don't like it. All you're focusing on are all the kind of bad things, the reasons that you want to change, rather than the thing that you want. If that makes sense. So the idea being, as per the quote, is, and I'll read it again, we cannot change anything unless we accept it. So if you accept your situation as it is, it just is, then there's no focus, it's there. You're not focusing on how much you don't want it, how much you don't like it. It's just there. Accept it, it's kind of done. and then you can focus, then you're looking at the kind of what you want as opposed to what you don't want. So if you focus on what you want as opposed to what you don't want, but in a kind of accepting thing, then you start to change, as opposed to going, okay, you know, I don't want this, because you're putting all your energy in a sort of a negative way to the thing you don't want, as opposed to positive energy with the thing you want. And by positive energy, I mean sort of as if you already have it, and again, like abundance. So the idea being, it said, back to the quote, is we cannot change anything unless we accept it. And therefore, in personal development, you cannot change yourself unless you accept yourself. Same thing. So yeah, that's where it joins the two. I want to change, but I am enough. Because when you think of yourself as enough, and the value you have, and the sort of the gift you are to the universe, and all the good things that you bring and your uniqueness, and not from an arrogant way, just accepting, like self-love, just accepting you for what you are and all your good traits without overly being negative about yourself or anything like that, then being able to kind of grow as a person and change is easy, because you kind of, you know where you are, you're here, you can then move forward. Whereas if you go, no, you know, I'm here but I don't want to be here, and it's, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. Whereas, you know, if you know where you're starting from and accept it, then you can move on. So if you want to climb a mountain but you won't accept where you are in relation to the top of the mountain, how could you possibly start the journey? You've got to know where you're starting a journey from to be able to start the journey. Otherwise, you know, it's like saying, well, how far is it to get to China? Well, it depends where you're going from. So you go, well, are you in the UK, or are you in America, are you in Japan? Unless you know where you are and accept where you are, you can't then know the journey and make that, you know, and also the direction to go. Because if you're in one country to go to China, it's a very different direction and method of traveling than it is from another. So you've got to accept where you are as it just is, and then you can then start a journey of change or traveling or whatever it may be. Hopefully that makes some sense. So that way you're joining together the benefits of personal development and growth as a person, and evolving yourself into the best you, with accepting who you are and you are enough and all that good stuff. And if you accept that, this will naturally happen without much of an effort. But without accepting that, you always want this, and it's always going to be out of reach, because you don't know where you're starting from. You've got to know where you're starting from. So accept yourself, you are enough, and once you get that focus, then the growth and the personal development is a lot easier. Hopefully that makes sense. That's all I've got time for today. I've obviously got to have finished up here. If you did get some value, as always, smash that like button so it's nice and blue, and subscribe if you haven't. I really do appreciate it. And for now, I will bid you farewell and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. And remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye bye.